Good morning everyone, my name is Chris from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming and welcome back to Fronts of Britannia, our East Engle campaign. In the last episode we tried our best to take over the territories to our west before all the other factions around stood in and took over the same targets. So we managed only to take about 2 settlements, not giving us a lot of gains in the short run. But we are looking forward to going to war with these big enemies up to our north. Northumbria,
Impossible.
over here Holderness and also Hilderborg. I am never going to get used to saying those names. But basically we're gonna start bringing our armies to the north, and since we have quite a good economy and quite some food available for us, we're going to use this opportunity to make our armies bigger to be able to protect our territories over here to the south, to the coast, and a little bit to the west. Fortunately, we are in good relation with West CX. We've also pushed a lot towards the Here King side of the territories we have. So we gained this bonus to diplomacy with the English factions, which is going to be, or which is helping us right now. So what I want to do is bring this large stack over here slowly to the north. I am going to put them into this settlement over here. I'll go into the recruitment panel and let's see. We have some archers, we have 2 cav units, we have 2 spears. I want to bring in a few more axemen and a few more swords would be good as well. So let's bring on this sword infantry. Let's bring on one more unit of Anglian, the Anglian axemen, and some Danelaw axemen as well. And let's keep marching north. By the time we reach these places, we will be ready to fight fully. For this army over here, like we can see that there's a pretty good stability at the moment because our king is present. But one of the things that I'll want to do is, as soon as I declare war, is start marching through here and use the king to march through here in order to take Northumbria's vassals out of the game, or at least as best as we can. And then we will start taking over these territories. If I'm not mistaken, and we take a look at some of our objectives, we had to eliminate Northumbria and control the settlements of Eoferwick and Northwich. It's Northwich, which we have already, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we have Northwich over here, and we need to take over this settlement. I believe that this is also part of our victory condition, to defeat 14 different factions by capturing their last remaining settlement or by vassalizing them, and we currently have 5 out of 14, and also to take over this territory and hold it. So at this point, to get to those 14, it's going to be quite a race, right? Like, most of the smaller factions aren't around anymore. They're concentrated over here, but we've been left with some of the bigger ones to contend, so Total War is coming pretty soon. Let's take a look at the other armies we have. There's nothing special here. We can go into the recruitment, add to this army one more archer unit, and leave it at that. Let's end the turn. Right now I'm really looking into expanding. I want us to have a much stronger economy, and I want us to start moving more and more into the north. Let's see. Oh look, a butterfly. Isn't that glorious? Rumor has it that one of your men has been distracted by his passions. Whilst appreciating beauty is a healthy trait in a man, his love is drawing him away from his sworn duties. Perhaps you should beat some sense into him before it's too late. Medieval times. So we can focus his mind, which will give him -1 loyalty. And he will gain the trait acrimonious, or we can use the kingdom comes first, which will make us lose 1 influence but gain once again -1 for Karl. Let's go for the kingdom comes first. We have quite a bit of influence available for us, like we're still at 10 over here. And let's look at Karl. His loyalty is low right now. How far along to a level up is he? He's still quite a bit away. So what I want to do is secure his loyalty. It's gonna cost us a little bit of money, but he's pretty good, so I don't want him to break away from us. So now let's see. We've got a good event. This man has consistently shown his dedication, and this should be accounted for. How do we go about it? We can privately thank him, giving him 500 gold. He will provide us with public order, stability, and +1 loyalty. We can do nothing, that's not an option. Or we can publicly thank him, which will provide us with +2 faction allegiance, faction wide for 4 turns, and provide him with 2 influence and 2 loyalty. Influence is already at max for him. He won't create a problem in regards to that, but the +2 loyalty will be perfect, and also the faction allegiance. So by doing that, we're going to make progress a lot faster into stabilizing the region by gaining allegiance towards us.
Soon, but not just yet.
Our king over here, let's put him into an encampment stance. If we look in the recruitment pool, we could add to him 1 more cav or 2 more spear units. Actually, I think I'm gonna add to him 2 more spear units. I was thinking that I would do that for a holding line, but maybe a cav unit is better. So let's just add 1 more cav and leave it at that. They've left this territory unsecured.
Not an option.
And they're moving back home. As soon as they're out of our territory, we will start causing some mayhem. Over to this place. Let's use the smaller army to bring him here to the border. While I use the bigger stack to fight the 13 stack army over here, I will use the smaller one to take over his fort to the south. Now let's take a look at our territories. We have a few problems, especially here in Middle Angle, with public order. One of the ideas I'm thinking of is to bring this stack over to this territory, because we don't have any kind of units ready to find any rebellion, which might be a problem. If raiders come, we are able to recruit quite a good army in order to defend ourselves. But we really need to somehow balance protection of the coast with the protection of inland. Otherwise we're just gonna get stuck fighting inside our territory. Successful propaganda. People are pleased with the extent to which art has become intertwined with their culture, and consider your rule just and fair for this reason. This has led to a wave of contentment across your lands, so we get +3 public order inside our regions, and that is really good. We've been really lucky with some of the events we've received,
Hurry along. Eager and willing.
and that makes me really happy. So
We'll see this through.
let's see, what should we do next? We have a bit of money. We take a look at our buildings, at our towns. Apparently we do not have enough to upgrade anything, so we're just gonna have to wait a little bit
Our
more.
foes shall fall.
Let's march our armies continuously and see where we go next. Let's end this turn. Northumbria is going back home. Over to decide his vassals is going into their marine territories as well. I believe that they're actually marching north towards their other enemy. So bravery or strategy. The lords are arguing whether it is better to attack the enemy head on with pure grit or fight from a distance with arrows and javelins. What say you on this matter? So we can gain bravery, which will provide us with -3 to all missile infantry units, but it will give us axe and sword infantry units, or we could go for missile and receive -1 to the sword infantry. Definitely bravery. I want some of our units to... I want some sword units and some axe units inside our armies. We have a new mission. A lord has come forward claiming inheritance rights over some farmland dating back to his great-grandfather. He insists that the crown return the estate to its rightful owner and offers his service to the kingdom in return. So Guthrum requests the following agricultural estate, and it will give us 2000 gold. This is a good mission for us. I believe that we can fulfill his request. Who was it? So Guthrum? Guthrum isn't Guthrum our king? Is there another one? Yes, there is another Guthrum inside our ranks. I didn't even notice that. So he doesn't have any estate right now, and he wants to have some agricultural land. If we look at our estates, like the ones that have a crown on top, they're ours, which provides us with more food, with a bunch more influence, but we don't need this much. This is way too much for us to keep. So what I'll do, I will give Guthrum some of these territories. And he will provide us with even more food. Apparently he is a farmer. It will provide him with 1 loyalty and 10 extra food than we're currently having. So why not? Let's give him the territory. Let's make him happy. It's going to give us for 4 turns +2 to faction allegiance, which adds up with the other events we have. Perfect. We've gained some cash out of it. And I want to look for our sons. Let's see, where is our heir? Because I want to give our heir some territories as well if we can. Living over here, so if we provide him with this religious estate, it's gonna remove our bonus to faction allegiance, faction wide, but it's going to give us 10% research rate. I don't want to do that right now because faction allegiance is important to us. if we do give him a farmland, we will gain a little bit more replenishment, but it will decrease 10 food. I think that is acceptable. It's important to give him one more loyalty to build up his influence as well on the lands that we have available. So Anlaf leveled up over here. I'm gonna give him a priest just so I can get him to 4 loyalty.
You can rely on us. No.
Northumbria is still here to
Ready
the
for
north.
combat. Advance.
Let's see what they'll do on their next
We'll
turn.
play
I
to
think
our
we are
service.
ready to go
Running out.
into this big war that in this big war with Northumbria. As far as what we build, we have quite a bit of cash. If we were to upgrade ECX over here, it's going to provide us space for another building, and we can actually put one more commercial building over here and gain a bunch of bonuses. So let's just do that. Since we have the money, let's go to the Royal Hall. We have the food needed, we gain a bit more public order. I think all in all it's a great idea. Let's end the turn, let's see what's happening next. Hopefully this war goes well. I am a bit scared that while we declare war on Northumbria and we have all our armies mostly north, that West CX might break their treaties with us, but hopefully not. Let's see, Eowils over here, he wants to marry a woman who's demanding. Will give him more zeal, it will provide him with -2 to loyalty, and that is not good. So give your blessing, the character marries, or intervene, which will decrease our influence by 2. Definitely intervene, we don't want him to be disloyal.
Enemy blood will flow.
Northumbria's armies
Can't be done.
and
Impossible.
Holderness armies over here. I'm not sure what they want to do. I think what I'm gonna do is wait one more turn over here. I want them to march over the river, because if we declare war right now, they'll directly move into our territories. We will be a bit beaten up from the fight over here, and we need at least a little bit of time before we can start fighting again. So I'll wait another turn on that. Let's take a look over here at what we can upgrade. Once again, the buildings over here. We can go to Salt Cellar, more money. Let's see if we cannot upgrade that unique mint over here. No, we don't have the money available. In our capital of Northwich, we could go for a little bit more food from farms. I don't think it's worth it. Let's see, economy wise, our second town is Suffolk. We could build a bit more. Let's do this. If we upgrade our pottery to a pottery workshop, we gain about 90 more income from commerce, and we get another 5% added to income from commerce in all regions in the adjacent provinces. Being that these two regions right here are fully commerce based, I think it's a really great idea to do so. So we'll skip a turn over here. Northumbria went by the sea. Perfect, and his vassals passed the river. It's gonna take him quite a bit to pass the river back again. Northumbria might start marching south, trying to come over to these territories. If they do so, we will build our armies as quickly as possible and try to take him
Our
out.
foes shall fall.
Well, ready or not, let's go to war.
Our folk will meet death.
So we can encircle them.
Strike now.
I'll just
Our foes
attack
shall
all
fall.
these targets over here
Bring death.
and end
Agreed.
the episode with a battle.
As commanded.
We've taken over. Now we have trade jetties over here and a sole trader, which provides us with quite a bit more economical and food power.
You can rely on us.
We'll use our king
Rest and regroup.
to attack this
Battle and
settlement.
glory.
We're just gonna build some quick siege towers.
Strike now.
Wait for one turn in order to attack that,
Can't be done.
and
Bring death.
let's go to the battle. I'm getting quite a bit excited at the opportunities that we have right now, and it's gonna be challenging to fight these two factions to the north, at least until we defeat. We know that Northumbria has one more full stack of pretty good units, and there is also his vassal who has a 20 army stack, and they're pretty close by, so we have to do our best to minimize our casualties over here and make sure that we get enough replenishment between battles in order to survive.
Axemen! Axemen! Our foes will fall!
Fortunately, we've gotten a chance to do quite a bit of research.
Battle orders!
I am feeling pretty confident about the armies that we have available, and these generals are quite good for us. Let's start the battle. Let's start marching towards him
Quick now!
slowly.
Follow them!
I'm not sure exactly why they're moving back. We will see.
Battle orders! Glory awaits!
So what they have over here is some spears.
We found our
The
foes!
king is an elite sword infantry. Doesn't have strong units.
Found our foes!
We just have to be a little bit careful. With his cap, like this unit is going to be pretty dangerous. Danelaw mailed
The enemy reveals
horsemen,
themselves!
so we have to pay attention to those units. We're gonna use our cap to distract them over here, but also support them with our spearmen.
Full gallop!
Let's take a
We found
look
our
at them.
foes!
They do look pretty cool,
Make them pay!
but then so do our units. Here is our upgraded soldiers with the mail armor.
We will prevail!
All ready for war. Let's fast forward a little bit until we start the engagement. Gonna use the archers over here and start skirmishing. Well, they've started moving, so
Hasten yourself!
let's step back a little bit.
Horsemen! Crush
I'm
them!
gonna try to
Bring death!
charge them. At the same time, I'm gonna bring in the spearmen.
Axemen! We will prevail! Stake your
Let's
orders!
start marching up.
Attack! Bring death!
Apparently he wants to charge us, so
Warriors! Them! Attack!
let's meet him up.
Fly!
Let's see what he wants to do. He doesn't have the numbers to prevent us from
Up the pace, men! With speed, warriors!
doing a bit of hammer and anvil.
Horsemen! Drive your mounts! Ride harder! Hasten yourselves! Crush them! Ride like the wind!
So we've brought the spearman unit over there.
Archers! Drive your mounts!
Let's retreat that cav unit. Let's bring this because it's stronger. Let's shoot his horses. We'll change to fire arrows because they're better against cav. Let's bring our general over to this side.
They flee before our might.
Let's start flanking more and more. Perfect, we've defeated their heavy cav. We can put ourselves in position to flank him and take him out. We're doing pretty well. There's nothing to worry about during this battle. I don't think we will take that many casualties, so that is really good for us. Archers over here. Let's start firing some arrows inside these territories over here. This territory, this battle over here. Their scout horsemen retreated from breaking. Let's march up, let's do more and more. Put the pressure on them. I'll stop firing with the archers because at this point we're just shooting our own troops. Let's bring them over to this side as they are returning. Their king is doing pretty well fighting against these surrounding troops. But this battle is over. There's nothing more to do here.
The enemy general is dead.
Perfect.
Move it, man.
He's left with missiles units. I'm really surprised that they're not breaking quicker. What can you do? Done. Battle over. We are ready to fight the other armies as well. This general is great for keeping our troops strong. We haven't lost a lot of soldiers during this battle, so whatever Northumbria is planning, we will be able to match it. This being said, I look forward to see you all in the next episode as we start marching north in this big war. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any feedback for me, please leave it in the comment. If you like the episodes, what I'm doing, please leave a like and look forward as we expand our Let's Play more and more. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.